So welcome to Vasily's Garden, folks. All year round. I'm just practicing my handwriting because, you know, this day and age with all the technology, when was the last time you actually picked up a pen and wrote something? Hey, you were asking me what that is. Well, it's one of these long little narrow things there. No, I'm joking, folks. What I'm doing here is writing the names of the seeds that I'm about to sow here. So now I'm up to the broccoli, and I've picked a texture that's running out of ink. But this is broccoli Waltham Cross, or Waltham, L-A-T-H, that's all I need to write there. And what I am sowing is collies, broccoli, and I've got a 3 cab pack here of our cabbages, which includes Red Acres, Chinese, Copenhagen Market as well. Now, these are all heirloom seeds, folks. No treatment at all. Natural, just the way nature intended. So these 3 varieties, this is what you get in our packet. Seeds still available on our website, vasilysgarden.com, by the way. Now, I'm sowing them in, and I'm going to do 12 of each variety. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've only got 5 varieties here. I'll leave the last one. I'll probably do some kale, because you can grow kale this time of the year as well, and you can grow it all year round. Now, I'm using a 72 cell pack. Let me put these in so they don't blow away. And I'm going to stick the labels in. So important that we do that, and I haven't finished writing it, but I will before we go away today, like that. And what I am using is a little drip tray at the bottom. This isn't designed for this, like it wasn't purposely built for it, but it fits comfortably, snugly like that. And what I try to do is, you know, harvest the water, tip it back in over the top, and then just repeat that process. Now, this is part of a set, of a hothouse set, but being your leafy greens, you really don't need to use the mini hothouse, like the lid part of it is. Although you can if you live out here in Lethbridge, because it gets bloody cold. And you'd like these to sit around 10, 12, well 12, 14 degrees, not 10, 12 to 14 degrees at least in temperature, soil temperature, for them to germinate. Now, as far as the soil, all good garden centres sell seed raising mix, propagating mix. They've been around for a long time. But a lot of people have been turning to the cocoa pith, a lot of gardeners, and actual growers as well. And this is what I'm talking about. This is our cocoa pith that we have, the one that comes already hydrated and broken up, so it's not in a hard form. We've got a little bit of foreign material there. So you could easily handle it and just feel your little cell trays. Now, this will need to be pressed down a little bit because it is quite light and fluffy. Even though it's moist, it's still quite light and fluffy, and I'll show you what I mean. This is how we start with, and if I press it down a little bit, I'll take it out of here because there's a little bit of bounce in there. Press it down, see how it goes down like that? So that will sink down. Now, you don't press it at the beginning, right? You do it after. I'll show you what I mean. First, you fill it up so it's soft and fluffy like this. And this is about sowing seeds in it, okay? So we fill it all up just like that. Now, there are some larger pieces. Just get rid of the large chunky bits if you find any. You don't want them to interfere. Now, I need my glasses again. Now, you can use these little beauties, seed sowers, and they have a different opening gauge on them. So they start with obviously the number 1 and they work their way all the way around to number 6. So the first opening, number 1, is the smallest, number 2, and it just gets larger as the seed is larger, so it can pass through the opening and fall out. Now, this is great for the smaller seeds, not your broad beans like we sowed the other day, but more so your smaller seeds like your cabbage. So now I'm starting with a Chinese heirloom cabbage. There are 100 seeds in this little packet. I only need 12. Hey, now we're going to try and count them out. How do you guys do it? I got 2. Yeah, I lost count already. Let's just start with that. Okay, I already lost one already. Jesus, I'm a clums. I'm not going to say a klutz. So we've got, actually I've got about 20 seeds in here, folks. Just in there, see at the bottom? Now, if I go with the opening, the number 1, have a look at it. I don't think they're going to pass through. So I'm going to go to number 2. So just put it in position on number 2. Keep it to the side a little bit. Look, it's already out there. That was real quick. This is like playing Tats Lotto, watching the balls roll out. So the aim here is to get only one to fall out at a time. That's one there. There it is. Just there. There's another one. Wow, this works real quick. 3. There's 2 there now. You know what good thing about this is? You got to scoop, pick it back up. Oh, you know, hey! Settle down. All right, the Greg's coming out now. All right, do a Greg style. All right, one in there, one in there. It's actually fun, you know, it teaches our motor skills, you know, fast twitch muscle. We got one in there, we got one in there, all right. You know what, even if you get 2 in one of them, it won't, oh jeez. I'm no good at this. You gotta be very careful because these are little balls. They're not like seeds of lettuce seeds. So you can get them rolling around so fast like marbles. There we go. Get the hang of it. Tap, tap, tap. That's what you do. Just keep it semi-level and eventually one will fall out. There we go. And if you've got a bit of tweezers, maybe you can just use tweezers if you like. Now, why I said before don't press it down, because now all you need to do is press it down ever so slightly, and you don't want it to go too deep. Now the depth of the seed should be almost about the same as the size of the seed itself, folks. So, see, now I can't see what I'm doing. So press it back down just lightly, like that, just ever so gently to get it to cover over, and all we're doing now is sprinkling a little bit more over the top. Not a lot, just enough to cover the seed. And we're talking about, you know, 2 or 3 millimeters maximum. You know, even that can be a bit too much. Just sprinkle it off like a bit of grain of salt. You know, you're sprinkling salt on your salad or on your food, and just press it down. And that's all you got to do. 1 down, 5 to go. Pack up these seeds, don't mix them up, because you'll be growing cabbage, Chinese cabbage, when you're expecting you're growing Copenhagen market. So now let's do the Copenhagen market. This is all you need to do, folks. Now you don't have to use a seed sower like that. You can use your fingers if you like, if you've got petite little fingers, unlike my big fat clumsy ones. And then sow your seeds in there. All right, let's speed this process up. What's wrong? Hey, what's wrong? Are you hungry? Later? What? Oh, what's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? Hey, what's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? Oh, what's wrong? Get him! Get him! Get him! Get him! I didn't say you get her. Hey guys. Seriously, this is not a nice look. Kara, you're the alpha. He's got you pinned down, girl. Oh, he's a terror. Look at the size of him, man. Seriously. But yeah, but if she loses her cool. I was saying before to sprinkle a little bit of cocoa pith over the top. Well, in fact, because it's so light and fluffy, all you need to do is press it down a little bit, and rather than sprinkling, it's just drag a little bit from the side across and cover it over, because you really need only a very light covering. And in most times the seeds don't have to actually be covered, as you've probably done when you were a little kid at primary school, or the kids have done, you know, sowing seeds on a bit of cotton wool in eggshells or something like that, in an egg carton. That's a real way, or just a little saucer. So I've just finished sowing them all, and I'm pressing them down to cover them over. These are the cauliflowers all year round, which are a great seedling. Wait, we've got a little bit of a lump in this one here. There we are. I didn't break it up. The seed's still there on the side. Okay, done. And you can sow basically cauliflowers all year round, so they'll grow quite easily. Now, leaving these outside is okay if you've got a nice warm spot, because they still need a bit of heat. They can't just be left out in the full, you know, blown weather. Or otherwise, stick it in a hothouse, somewhere where it's nice and warm. But also, before we finish that, we're going to give it a little bit of a liquid feed. This is our liquid gold. One of the best seaweed fertilisers you can get, folks, by the way. And it's available, and I should mention that, because we close our retail store down. It's available at Garden World, Van Looms, that I know, Rivers of Yarrabat, Oakley Produce has got it, and a heap more garden centres in Victoria, as well in other states. So look up our stockist page on our website. So click on that tab, you'll have a drop-down menu, select your state, and look for the closest store near you to get your liquid gold. And I'm using a bottle top sprinkler here. Great little unit. So easy to hydrate because the watering can can be quite aggressive on it. A little bit abrasive and knock all the cocoa pith out of place or move the seeds around. Well, this way here's just a nice light dribble. And there you have it. So start sowing your seeds, folks. Your cabbages, collies, broccoli. If you haven't already sown them, sow them. Or otherwise, if you have, enjoy your planting. Now, these are going to grow like little plugs, similar to the ones that we've been selling at our retail store. You can grow your own like this, individual cells, so they have a full, strong root system. It doesn't get disturbed by other residing plants growing in the same pot. So grow them in individual cells in a 72 cell tray like this, somewhere nice and warm. Liquid feed them with the liquid gold and get all our products from your local garden centre. Check out our website for your nearest stockist. Everything you need every day at discounted prices. From me, Vasily, Maresi.